Good morning everyone. It is the third video for your chapter 2 of biology, that is nutrition in animal. Today we will be studying about digestion in the small intestine, absorption in the small intestine, assimilation, digestion and ruminants. The first topic that we will be coming across is digestion in the small intestine. The small intestine is highly coiled and about 7.5 meter long. It receives secretion from liver and pancreas. Besides, its wall also secretes juices. The liver is a reddish brown gland situated in the upper part of the abdomen of the right hand side. It is the largest gland in the body. It secretes bile juice that is stored in a sac called gallbladder. The bile plays an important role in the digestion of fats. Now, pancreas. Pancreas is a large ice cream colored gland located just below the stomach. The pancreatic juice acts on carbohydrates, fats and protein and change them into simpler form. The partly digested food now reaches the lower part of the small intestine, where the intestinal juice completes the digestion of all the components of food. The carbohydrates get broken into simple sugar such as glucose, fat into fatty acid and glycerol, and protein into amino acid. Now let us learn about absorption in the small intestine. The digested food can now pass into a blood vessel in the wall of the intestine. This process is called absorption. The inner wall of the small intestine has a 1,000 finger-like outgrowth called villi. The structure of villi. These are the small finger-like projection in the inner wall of the small intestine. The villi increases the surface area for absorption of digested food. Each villus has a network of thin and small blood vessels close to the surface. The surface of the villi absorbs the digested food material. The absorbed substance are transported via the blood vessel to different organs of the body, where they are used to build complex substance such as the protein required by the body. This is called assimilation. In the cell, glucose breaks down with the help of oxygen into carbon dioxide and water, and energy is released. The food that remains undigested and unabsorbed enters into the large intestine. Large intestine is wider and shorter than small intestine. It is about 1.5 meter in length. Its function is to absorb water and some salts from the undigested food material. The remaining waste passes into the rectum and remains there as semi-solid feces. The facial matter is removed through the anus from time to time. This is called digestion. Now let us learn about ruminants. Have you observed cows, buffaloes and other grass-eating animals chewing continuously even when they are not eating? Actually, they quickly swallow the grass and store it in a part of the stomach called rumen. Here the food gets partly digested and is called curd. But later the curd turns it to the mouth in small lumps and the animal chews it. This process is called rumination, and these animals are called ruminants. The grass is rich in cellulose, a type of carbohydrate. In ruminants like cattle, deer, etc., bacteria present in rumen helps in digestion of cellulose. Many animals, including humans, cannot digest cellulose. Animals like horses, rabbit, etc. have a large sac-like structure called caecum between the esophagus and the small intestine. The cellulose of the food is digested here by the action of certain bacteria which are not present in humans. So far you have learned about animals which possesses digestive system, but they are mainly small organisms which do not have the mouth to digest system. Then how do they acquire and digest food? They digest food by a cell membrane, for example in amoeba. Thank you.